I feel like Atlanta's low-key turning into like a couture bad girls club. It's getting kind of crazy.
Oh, Atlanta's always been quick to pop off. We do love it for those reasons.
The snake around Phaedra's neck because
It's
of
gorgeous.
she's a snake. It makes
It's
perfect
because
sense.
Phaedra, like, there's two sides of Phaedra. Who she wants you to think she is, and then who she actually is. And she's not good at, like, even keeping the two. I mean, they're complete opposite personalities.
Nobody throws shade quite like Atlanta.
Because why simply dislike someone when you can destroy them at a charity gala?
Welcome to reality in 5D.
Where the reeds are ruthless.
And the wigs are insured. Let's spill. All right, guys, we are clearly talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta today on Reality in 5D with Matt.
And Courtney.
And these Atlanta ladies come for the throat. They can read
The
each
reeds
other.
are hilarious. The reeds are my favorite part.
I mean, like, nobody.
Pinky and K Michelle, they came with the book, like, of reeds. I swear.
Shamea, too. Shamea didn't come to play.
Shamea's
got.
face does a lot of her talking.
I don't know. She is not afraid. She stood up and got Drew right. Drew acting like she was going to fight and having to be pulled back. So trashy.
Only to fake a headache later on. We see you, girl.
Oh, yeah.
We like when we see less of you.
And Portia claiming that Kelly turned to Shamea and said that she wanted some of that. And Kelly's like, I don't dip in the lady pond, and if I did, it would not be Portia. And Shamea's like, that never happened. Like, I don't remember any of that. Is it possible, Portia, that you maybe misheard because you were eavesdropping like you do? I mean, come on.
Well, we know that there's two people on the cast that love to stir the pot. They love to bring the prefecture drama, and they love to out everybody else's dirty laundry.
They do.
I'm talking about you, Phaedra, and Portia. I mean, Portia came back, and Portia, it was like she knew that's what production wanted. I was like, I got you.
I agree. It's so inauthentic from Portia this season. It's incredibly disappointing. And even K Michelle is fed up with it. Like, Kelly looked at her, she could see her face, and she's like, "Are you good?" And K Michelle is like, "See, we're just gonna like tear into each other and then be good." Like, and it is on that level. They go from 0 to 100, and then 2 seconds later they're fine.
Yeah.
That's got to be emotionally draining.
And we want to talk about Shamea's face, saying all like these. It's like the face of 1,000 words kind of thing. Look at Phaedra. Phaedra is so fake and makes all those goofy ass faces. Like, what, me? Huh? What? Let me just like.
Most
Make
of
my-
Phaedra is in her confessional, though, because she's incredibly fake and so sweet and so southern to your face, and then she talks so much shit in the confessional.
And it's so dirty. It's like a dirty
She is.
old man.
I did not miss Phaedra. To be honest, you and I actually started watching Real Housewives of Atlanta because we liked Phaedra on Ultimate Girls Trip. And since watching Phaedra on Atlanta, I can't stand her.
It's just because Phaedra, like, there's two sides of Phaedra. Who she wants you to think she is, and then who she actually is. And she's not good at, like, even keeping the two. I mean, they're complete opposite personalities. And they never come out at the same time, but they're never like the same entity either. You know what I mean?
No.
She's either that like church, like mama, like I'm a good girl, I'm a Christian.
Lying about the due date to hide her
Yeah.
pregnancy out of wedlock, yeah.
And then like there's like other times where she's like thirst trapping over like men and like perverted things, and I'm like, what? We're talking about like death and like I don't know, her like isn't she like a mortuary?
Yeah, they said she's a mortician, and they said she ate dead people. They said Pinky said that. Angela, of course, because Angela runs her mouth to stir the pot.
She's weird enough to
Eat a dead person.
Think about it.
So crazy.
And then her goofy ass faces after that. I was like, ew, why do I think you were more likely to do it now? Ugh. It just didn't sit well with
Some
me.
weird ritual shit. Crazy.
Like,
I felt so bad and related so hard to Pinky. At first, when she was throwing up in the bathroom, I'm like, oh, that poor baby has been cross-contaminated. We're also vegan and we do not eat out. And I feel like we've been in positions like Pinky where there wasn't anything, you know?
Mhm.
And so I was like, oh, that poor girl probably got cross-contaminated. But then it made sense. She's drinking all of that tequila on an empty stomach
Oh
because
yeah.
there wasn't any
Mhm.
food for her. Oh, like she was like dying on the bathroom floor. They showed her like crawling to bed and tell production good night. I'm like
Fully dressed.
fully dressed. I'm like, yeah, I have been there. Poor thing. Took you guys for we kicked the microphone out, took you guys for a spin.
We wanted you to feel what Pinky went through.
Yeah, no kidding.
He hit rock bottom.
Ew, and at first, when Portia started fingering those oysters
Oh my God. Yeah.
and like making those little comments, I'm like, she is disgusting and immature.
I thought she was talking about Kelly because they had that like whole Frito nasty whatever on the bus.
Chili cheese burritos.
Yeah.
Yeah, ew.
And I was like, oh, are we still going there? And then K. Michelle obviously was triggered. And I didn't think that it was because of her. I thought she was just like, she was already feeling a certain way about Portia up
I
until
didn't
then.
think it was over the oysters
I
because
didn't
she
either.
made that comment. She said, oh, I'm just trying to be holy. I'm holding myself back. And I was like, okay, Michelle, this isn't the show where we try to be holy and hold ourselves back. You need to eviscerate them. Maybe she needs to let it build up. But then in the end, she did say, especially with the gala, she's like, I am not going to make a scene. I'm going to show up for Cynthia. I'll handle this when I get back to Atlanta. So on some level, I do applaud her grace and ability to do that. But was she on another reality show before this one?
I'm not sure.
I'll have to look. But I just don't. Was she not made aware that this is how Atlanta operates? When she was kind of like the way you all fight and make up right after, the way you all plot and the way you all calculate, like
She should have done her research if that was the case. You don't enter a show that's like what, 20 seasons in almost?
17, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you don't do that without any research.
And don't get me wrong, I really like her. I don't know that she was prepared for the level of low that these women will go in Atlanta.
Well, especially like her friend Portia, who brought her on. Like she introduced her to that group. That's what Portia said. So I could see why that would be extra triggering and upsetting to her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's like, oh, I see, you brought me here and then are trying to spin a plot and a narrative.
Yeah, and you
throw
all
me
beat
under
the
the
shit
bus.
out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She's sensitive too. She cried. She cried at breakfast.
She doesn't feel safe, and that breaks my heart for her. And she calls them out for being fake and plotting against her. And that, like, you know who you are. Like, just letting them know. Like, I'm going to let you know right now, you know who you are. And do you think that Phaedra and Portia and who was the other one that she
Drew.
blamed? Drew. No. Do you think that they know that
Drew
they've been
knew.
caught?
Drew knew immediately. You could see Drew like looked around and was like, "Oh, exit, stage left." But it was interesting that Phaedra and Portia were the ones that were trying to console her the whole
Fanning
time.
her, holding her. Even if it's me, let me know. Portia said that. And I'm like, because you know that it's you. She
Do I
feels
gotta get someone
responsible.
for you? Yeah, they knew.
Mhm. Saying she got a call after dinner, Kay did. And their plot to destroy her was to imply that she had a side boyfriend, Black, with this like communication. And they were going to spread shit about her lady parts that an ex had put out about her years before. That is disgusting, low and dirty.
Yeah.
Even for an ex to do that, and then for a girlfriend to pull that up and throw that out against you on the table.
Why are we talking about lady parts on TV?
Atlanta, like, what's going on in Atlanta that they, like, have all these issues?
Yeah, isn't that something you discuss with your doctor? I don't want to hear about anybody's lady parts, lady part problems, good lady parts, bad lady parts. I don't. No.
I really appreciate how loyal Shamea and Kelly were because Kay told both of them, and they held strong, and they didn't tell. And even in the confessional, when they asked Kelly, Kelly's like, "Oh, I don't know anything about it." Like, she knew about it. She was just holding back. She wasn't going to tell.
Yeah.
And I was like, what a good friend. That's great, because there's not a lot of girls in Atlanta like that. There's not a lot of girls in Housewives like that.
Well, and when someone tells you they don't feel safe in that group, they don't feel welcomed, all you have is your word to keep to them. So I'm glad that
A lot of it comes
being a
back.
decent friend to her.
Yeah, and it comes back to Portia and Phaedra.
Always does. All roads always lead back to Portia and Phaedra.
And
Frickin' frack.
Well, Portia puts out, I feel bad about the way I acted in the Sprinter because my words felt like spells and I was putting you down and coming for your business. And yeah, because everyone's going to start coming for your business. And they already kind of have, talking about her wigs being horsehair and that she sells them on the corner or something. Wasn't there some shade like that in there? And
Like
Kelly,
the highway or something.
yeah. And Portia tries to throw some, like, oh, let's just make up right here, right now. And Kelly's like, I'm good where I'm at. And Portia's like, and okay, I can accept that and move on. Like, I'm like, you're not going to continue to control everybody. Where did Portia come from playing this role? I like natural, fun Portia. I don't like trying to be Kyle Richards Portia.
Yeah, she's starting to get a big ego, like many of them do. After so many years, they start to think they're untouchable. And then they end up like a Vicky Gunnarsson.
Nope. On pause. Which Portia's drifted in and out of anyway.
Housewives and Vicky.
Well, the ones that want to know the most about why K. Michelle's acting that way as well are the ones that are clearly involved. Like Drew, she's like, well, I need to know why you were feeling that way. Why were you not feeling safe? And K. Michelle does open up about the black of it all. And being like, I don't know him. He just reaches out onto it slides into my DMs, and I don't appreciate that you spinning that narrative when I have a husband. And Drew like immediately did that dumb actress face. She's like, oh, what? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And like can't take any accountability. She tried to K. Michelle was told that Drew was gonna try to make her a jump off storyline with the whole black of it all. And Kay's like, that's not cool. Like, I'm married.
Ugh. And honestly, Shamea was right when she said if she was dating some guy and was on a FaceTime call with him like the whole night and then found out he was DMing another girl, you would feel some sort of way.
You would. He's shady for that.
Yeah, he really
And then even him explaining the comment he made to Drew looked shady on both of them. And Drew's face looked low-key pissed. I don't know. I love Kay. Because she's even still trying to be like, Shamea, you started. Like, you need to pull back. You were kind of starting stuff at dinner. And the girls tried to run with that even and make it about that into something that it wasn't. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they're coming for the new girls.
That's how they operate. So it would be natural for them to assume that that's how the other girls were operating.
Yeah.
It shows more about their intent than it does like Shamea and K. Michelle. However, Shamea, her butt, oh my God.
Oh my God, the BBL, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
It looks painful, but you do you, boo.
Yeah. Do you think that makes K. Michelle feel a sort of way?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you
She's
think that's
probably just like,
triggering her?
I need to deal with what I got going
She's
on.
like, that's one more thing, man.
And then Portia being shady and saying that she overheard Shamea tell K. Michelle that she didn't believe Drew. Shamea owned it. She's like, I don't. I love that all of them will talk shit about Drew, but then they'll straight up say it to Drew's face, too, because nobody likes Drew.
No one respects her.
Uh-uh.
Her not showing up to Cynthia's event at all. Oh my gosh. This is why no one respects you, Drew.
Mm-hmm. Well, and as the people are talking, did you notice that? I mean, except for Pinky, I think it was like Drew, Portia, Phaedra, Angela, who wants to be a cool girl so bad, so she'll just like stir and go and be the fly on the wall and come back and tell everyone what's being said. They're all in the bed googling, oh, what could it be? What could it be? So they're like, we're gonna expose this in a different way. They were gonna try to use dinner, and K. Michelle clocked it with the oysters, and she'd already been made aware of the plot, and then you have them spreading it anyway, googling it in bed. And I'm just like, you're so calculated. And it's amazing. K. Michelle already called them, so they're going to look so stupid in the long run.
Yeah. They already are. They're looking like mean girls.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
That's and that Angela always with the constant like, oh, and she said, and she said, and she said, trying to keep everyone away from her. So there's got to be something really shady going on with Angela right now.
There's always something shady going on with Angela. Oh my gosh. Especially like how she like can we talk about her failed business attempts and how she thought she learned something and is trying to
That's why she's pushing everyone away. She's like, they're gonna keep talking about my bankruptcy and my failed business. Let's look over there. Look over there. You know what I
Did you
mean?
sell that one crusty house with all the spiders yet?
Ew, I know. Like, I mean, not now.
Yeah.
Not that it's been on television looking like that.
It's like Joro spiders and shit.
Kay got him right though. I love it. I feel like Kay let them know how she felt. She let them know their stance. She came for Drew and held her ground. Even Phaedra was like, and Phaedra's the one who's running her mouth as well and doesn't know that Kay Michelle knows. But even Phaedra was like, she brought Memphis out. She was ready. Kay Michelle was going to get it right. And I think it needs to be done. Drew needs to go. We say this every episode that we talk about Atlanta at this point. Drew has nothing left to give.
Yeah. Honestly, look how much fun they had when she wasn't there. And then she showed up and everyone's like, all right, bye.
At the very end of not only the party, but literally the episode, she was in glam the entire time.
No, I mean, she says she was, but
It looked like it with the filming of it
after
all.
faking that headache, remember she was like trying to sing happy birthday to someone on the phone and it was like really pitchy and like awful and she was like
As
trying
she
to
does.
like get other people to join in and like help her sing, which nobody was reluctant to do. And also like how awkward were you singing happy birthday? Didn't you try to have a career for singing? Wasn't that her?
She attempted, and then we got real singers on the show, and she sang at a reunion.
I was gonna
It was
say
the worst. Like, we never got that 5 minutes back.
Well, her trying to sing happy birthday to someone was so miserable.
I feel like Atlanta's low key turning into like a couture bad girls club. Like they go on the girls trips, they wear designer, they go to nice places and not bars, and they don't act completely trashy. But the fighting and the quick to pop off in like a matter of seconds at a dinner table, like it's getting kind of crazy.
Oh, Atlanta's always been quick to pop off and kind of crazy, but we do love it for those reasons.
I guess you're right. I really loved Cynthia's charity gala. Can we talk about the gemologist that they had come in
Oh
and
yeah.
that beige alligator Birkin with the gold hardware and all of the golds and all of the diamonds? Oh, I was here for it, and everyone looked great. Like those um rubies, were they vintage rare rubies on
Oh my
Hey Michelle with
gosh.
that red dress and the snake around Phaedra's neck because
It's
of she's
gorgeous.
a snake. It makes perfect sense. Like House of Slytherin for sure.
Yes,
And it did look good on her.
it did. It was a beautiful necklace.
And they got a police escort shutting down the street to get them to this event in the middle of a hurricane.
Oh yeah. How random.
I know.
No one checked the weather.
They
They
showed
took them getting like on the way to the event before they were like, "Hey, there's a hurricane, by the way."
that poor guy calls her crying. I'm like, wait, what?
They
There's
have
like
been running late all day. No one said a word, but they're on the shuttle bus to the venue, and then you want to call them crying. Like none of
everyone.
that seemed. That was weird.
Yeah, everyone must have left too because like the entire party. I mean, there was like 12 people. There was someone laying on a couch. I was like, this is crazy. This is not a tequila launch party.
It was the help,
Oh,
the staff.
I mean, the show had to go on, right?
The show must go on.
That ridiculous crowning of everyone. I thought they were gonna break the tiara apart and pull a Mean Girls. Did you see that?
Yeah. And like careful fighting over things like that when you're actually wearing $100,000 jewelry.
Yeah, and
What are you doing?
there wasn't enough people to clap the loudest. Are you kidding? There was, like I said, 12 to 15 people in there. That's only gonna carry so far.
Yeah.
So in that light, who would you have crowned?
The tequila queen?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I would have crowned Pinky. I think it would have been funny because the tequila made her like throw up in the
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, but honestly, she's like got the only one that I would even think of. I'm like, does anyone else even drink tequila?
Or K. Michelle. She could have used it after this.
Uh, when Cynthia was like, I'm going to crown myself, I was like, yeah, honestly, that seems to be about right. Like, it's
And
your
on
line.
brand for her
Yeah.
anyway.
So I was like, okay, I can't really see anyone else being the crown that anyways. And then she's like, they can share it. I was like, yes, make them fight over it. And that's exactly what they did. Fight over the crown. But I'm sorry, it rubbed me the wrong way when they were trying on the jewelry and everyone asked how much the jewelry costs. And he's like, 100,000 or more, whatever. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, oh wow. Like they're sticker shock. They're like, wow, this is expensive. This is a lot, Phaedra was like, that's not bad. This is the same woman who complained about having to spend $4,000 on vegan formula, baby formula. $4,000 on formula. Whoa, too expensive. But $100,000 for jewelry. That's not bad.
Yeah, Phaedra, she just isn't checking out in my book either. We might need a rebrand, a recast for Atlanta. And they've brought on some good faces, but we're still working out the dynamic and the kinks.
Yeah.
I don't think Portia and Phaedra were the right dynamic.
No, they both want to be the villains so badly that it's like, what game are we playing anymore? Like, it doesn't need to be that.
It doesn't.
They're going to cause the Bravo collapse.
Ooh. I don't know.
There's a
Leanne
lot of people.
McSweeney,
What?
Bethany Frankel, they haven't yet.
But Kyle Richards and Portia,
The
Phaedra,
overproduction.
those people will be the cause of it.
Yeah, fans are going to get tired of the overproduced.
Mm-hmm.
Well, time will tell. I guess that's all for this episode of Atlanta.
Yeah. Until next time.
I know. Thank you for listening to Reality in 5D with Matt
And Courtney.
Bye.
Bye.